What is up, woke family? It's your boy Wokey Bucks, and I'm back again with another live stream. You already know what's going down tonight. We got a lot of good videos to react to. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna get into these videos, and I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts. First video, man is gonna slap his girlfriend apparently for cheating on him. We're gonna see what's happening, and I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Woke family, you know what's up. Let's get into this, man.
I don't know what happened here exactly.
I didn't even see the slap. Let me go back real quick, guys. Was that the slap? Yeah, he slapped her right there. So listen, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't encourage men to put their hands on women, regardless, unless like I said, she's putting her hands on you. But I want to make one point very, very clear. A lot of women believe it's okay for them to cheat on their man, especially when their man is doing everything that they possibly can do to take care of them and provide for them financially. In situations like this, you as the man are better off leaving the relationship. Or if the woman, if you want to cheat, then leave. Don't string him along. Don't string him along and make it seem like things are good, but you know deep down inside you're going to be doing dirt. If you're going to be doing dirt, then just leave. Real talk. Now, I'll be honest and say at the same time as well, too, this man didn't handle it the best way. First and foremost, causing the scene in public, and then on top of that as well, too, acting very emotional. It's not necessary. You understand? Once you realize the type of woman you're around and you're with, you have to move smart, bro. Real talk. Let's continue, though. He's slapping. He's mad.
I don't know what happened here exactly and how they got themselves in a situation like this, but my guess is he maybe left her alone for a couple of minutes to go and get something done, and when he came back he finds out that she's doing some questionable things with another man. I don't know, that's my guess, but this is not the best way to deal with something like this, but I think that every man would understand why he did that. I say this all the time: if you catch your girl cheating, send her back to the streets and move on as quickly as possible. Don't get stuck in that shit. It will consume your energy and waste your time.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Sid.
I watch your show all of the time, and I often hear you refer to women as crazy on your show. You even refer to Marjorie as crazy. Steve, women don't like when men refer to us as crazy. Will you please stop?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm just keeping it a buck. Is she out of her mind? You're coming onto another man's show and telling him what to do on his own show. Now, granted, you might not like the fact that he calls women crazy, but that's his opinion. But if you were to say something about men that were wrong, and a man were to come and tell you don't say that, you're going to try to argue with him and try to shame him and be like, is it because you don't like women? Is it because you're a misogynist? It's not because of that. It's because of the truth. But I think what Steve means is that women are generally more emotional than the average man. You understand? But anyway, let's continue, guys.
My bad.
Thank
Tell
you.
you something my daddy always told me. He said, if you throw a rock in a pack of dogs, the one to holler is the one you hit.
What a wise man his dad is. It's true. If you look at this quote and really compare it to any of your life experiences, you'll find out that it's true. Because I personally dealt with people who are very loud and they say they're gonna do this or do that. But when shit goes down, they become very quiet and start asking questions about what to do in a particular situation.
Facts.
Are your kids in grades 6 to 11? Harvard has made SAT and ACT score submission optional in its admissions
female journalist.
A female what?
Crazy country. In my country, we say to let a woman be a journalist is like to give a monkey a gun. Very dangerous. I would say that you should adopt a normal job. In Kazakhstan, there are jobs for many men. You can great job opportunities. Please, if you come, you can be a gypsy catcher or an ice maker or a journalist. And for women, there are job opportunities too. You can become a prostitute.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I can't take this guy seriously, bro. He's too funny, but I think that he was telling the truth.
Oh, hey. It's Mr. No Bitches. Good to see ya.
How we doing, 2012 default emo kid? Hey, quick question. Are those new prescriptions you got, or did you just decide to wear NASA-level telescopes by choice? It's a good look.
I mean, he's firing back at her because she tried to. I don't know if she was talking about him, or if she was just saying in general. She's trying to call somebody Mr. Get No Females. You know what I'm saying? It's a shaming tactic. You gotta see it for what it truly is and move accordingly. You understand? It is what it is.
Damn, that getting fat. For real, baby. Look. Ooh.
You got my 10K.
Huh?
I need to go see Dr. Miami.
Baby, that ain't fat. What you talking about?
Gary, stop playing with me.
Baby.
Stop the cap.
My man here is 10K and he went super saiyan with the lies. I mean, do what you want to do, but at least keep it real. But I understand, it's 10K. You can't find that under a tree or something. If a girl asks me for 10K to go and get her body done, it's like she's asking for a breakup.
Facts.
And if she says, oh, he treated me so bad, like, no, he just rocked her world. And we all know as women, the ones that the girls complain about
the
most,
ones that love.
That's who has her. The guys you never hear about, she didn't care about him. But there's always one.
Yeah, that's facts. And on top of that, don't be that kind of guy that just sit there and listen to her complaining about another guy.
No cap. You gotta respect yourself and you gotta move accordingly. Real talk. How do you move accordingly? You don't take that. You know what I'm saying?
That's just being a simp, to be honest.
How would you feel, yeah, if your girl, you know what I mean, has been ran through, bro?
She's not my girl.
Nice.
No, I feel bad. Feel bad? Yeah. You don't care, yeah?
No, I care.
You do care?
I care. If I find out that's...
Did you ever tell him your body count?
You gonna tell me?
Oh, nah. I mean, this is my thing. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be understanding, right? If she tells him behind closed doors, I don't see the problem in it. But I will say at the same time as well, too, for her to not come out and say that, it kind of does give signs. Based off of the way you vet, if you vet somebody out spiritually before you vet them out physically, that she's been around the corner. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good sign. I ain't gonna lie. That's her boyfriend. She doesn't even want to tell her body count to. That's a red flag. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, what did he say?
They lie, though. They lie. If her body count's over 2.
When it's over 2, my guy, that's when you say bye-bye.
Hey man, that's a little bit sus, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about that. She doesn't want to be shown on camera and she doesn't want to answer your questions. I don't know, man, but that's a little bit suspicious.
Ladies, this new generation of men is different. They want you to chase them and buy.
You're right. This new generation of men is different. Why? Because we move with caution. It's not about chasing us. It's not about, oh, we want you to buy us things and do this and that. No, we just want to make sure we found the right person. You want to know why we say that? Because we learned from the past generation. We talked to our OGs. We had these conversations. They told us about their horror stories with women. We heard about the bad divorces. We've heard about how they got screwed over. I'm going to let you know this. When us younger men talk to the older fellas, they don't talk highly about marriage.
Definitely. I agree with that. One thing we all have to understand is that here, especially in the United States, 1 out of 2 marriages end in divorce. Let me say that again. Excuse me, woke family. 1 out of 2 marriages ends in divorce. And out of that 1 out of 2 marriages, 80% are filed by women. So out of the 50% that are filed in general, or what are the 50% that are filed, like people that are getting divorced, 80% of those filings come from women, and it's because of money reasons. So what is my point? you need to learn how to vet the person out properly before you end up getting married. And if you're going to get married, especially as a man, you want to sign a prenuptial agreement to protect your assets. You have to understand you're not going into marriage for love. You're going into marriage as a business to be able to have children with that person. And if things don't work out in the future, God forbid, you leave with everything you came into the relationship with. No cap. That's unless you want to share some with her. But that has to be your call, not the government's call. You understand? That's what it is.
Every once in a while, you'll hear a success story, but that's about one success story to 100 different marriages. I'm gonna let you know that now. I don't know how those conversations with women go, but I'll let you know this. I got homies, right? Their own mothers tell them, hey, be careful about these women out here. You never know what they're up to.
Facts.
What do you think?
Yeah, facts, bro. And I always say this to you guys. Move with caution with these modern women. I don't want you to be screwed over for life because you got blinded by something. Know your worth and move with caution and learn how to observe red flags in these modern women. There are some obvious red flags, like a woman seeking attention and validation from other men, or a woman that always argues and nags all the time. Those are some obvious red flags. But keep an eye on her actions as well and see if her actions match what she's saying.
No, I think the guys should be the ones showing what they bring to the table. The women should be demanding what they want in a relationship. Does that,
Why?
That make sense?
Well, what does a woman bring to the table?
Nothing! Nothing! They don't bring anything! Wake up! They bring
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Unfortunately, majority of women believe that all they need to bring to the table is what's between their legs. When you start to deal with women that actually bring value, they understand what they have to do in order to be able to maintain a man. It's not just about what's in between your legs, because it's like majority of women are unfortunately living in a deluded society where they believe that all they have to bring is what's in between their legs and that they don't have to provide value. Majority of modern day women don't know how to cook, they don't know how to clean, they're not feminine and submissive to their man. It's like, why would he choose you over a woman that's doing the exact same thing as you or is doing more than you and is younger than you? Let's say, for example, you're 24, 25 and you're like on this wave of mentality of being strong and independent. When you have a woman that's 18, 19, 20, she's on that housewife mentality and she actually wants to bring value to you as a high value man in your life. Come on, man. Don't settle for less than what you're worth as a man. I'm telling you, self-improve and level up to get to that point where you can actually make it, where you can actually make that decision. Real talk.
nothing! Don't waste your time! Don't waste energy! They bring nothing!
Everything. She's a woman. Everything. She's the other half.
Everything! She's a woman! That's not even an answer!
Yeah, bro. These girls live in a unicorn land or something.
They do.
You ask them to name one thing.
They can't name it because they're delusional, bro. That is why they cannot name it for you, G. Delusion is real. I told you, like, and this is no disrespect towards women, because I'm gonna keep it a buck. We love women over here. Now, we're not simps, but we love women over here. The reality is that majority of women have been deluded since they were young. They haven't been told the truth. So they don't know what it takes to really hold a high value man, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They bring to the table, they say everything. Okay, but name one thing of everything. They say, I don't know. Look at me, I'm a woman. Make it make sense, please. My head is spinning. My brain committed suicide. What are you talking about? I'm losing brain cells, bro. Speak rationally or don't say anything at all.
This is just a reminder for men that scientists have now discovered a way for women to impregnate themselves using their own bone marrow. And the only child that can...
This is sad. You're encouraging women to impregnate themselves? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, try it, do your worst. But you're going to end up regretting that statement, because when you don't find a man that's truly going to care about you, and not only you, but women that think just like you, right? When you don't find a man that truly cares about you and actually wants to be with you, you wonder why. Real talk, because of this mentality. It's going to keep you single.
result from those pregnancies are female. So we no longer have any need for you, genetically or physically. So, you know, tread lightly.
Yeah, and this is just a reminder for you. When you hit the undefeatable wall, don't come in here and say where all the good men are. Why do men play games with women in their 40s? Why is no man taking me seriously? Or you can live in your perfect imagination with no man in it. But you just exposed yourself. Don't complain about reality when it hits you back harder than ever. So, you know, tread lightly as well. And don't worry about us. Worry about your eyelashes.
Yikes. All right, guys, we're gonna get to the next video, man. All right, let's get to the next video. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it, woke family. We have a lot of good videos to watch tonight. We're gonna be having I don't want to say. Well, yeah, we'll see how long. We'll see how long. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be prepared for the 24-hour stream in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna decide when I want to do it, and then from there we'll go for 24 hours. Okay, let's watch this one. Let's watch this one.
We want equality with equal pay. I'm not trying to get my ass beat. I want equal pay because it's like.
Why would you get equal pay if you're not equal to a man, though? What makes a woman equal to a man? Tell me.
Why am I going to college? I'm getting A's and B's, and this nigga got C's.
All right, let me ask you.
Are you physically equal to a man? No. You might be smart mentally, cool, but what value are you providing to the world that makes you deserve to be paid as equal as a man? Ask yourself that question. Real talk.
Would you rather? Wait. Hold on. What's one thing that you wish men understood better about women?
Where the clit is.
Just that we're all different, and that it's, we all have different needs. We all have
Facts.
different wants, and that it's not one size fits all.
Okay, if all women are so different, why do we use the expression know how to treat a woman? Wouldn't that imply that there's like a universal nature that all women exhibit?
That would, but what a bullshit thing to say.
So you don't agree with know how to treat a woman? You don't think that that's a valid statement?
Absolutely
So
not.
how should a man treat a woman?
I bet you she's used that statement so many times. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be real. I bet you she's used that statement so many times, bro.
I don't think it's a universal statement. I think that if you're in a relationship with a woman, that you understand that.
Well, let me ask this. Why do you think a lot of guys have a hard time finding the clitoris if it's always in the same place?
Because they're stupid.
It's not that hard to find. They don't know how to touch it, please it. They're scared of the shit. They're scared of it. They be looking at it like, what is that? I'm gonna go down. You want me to lick it? Yeah. No, thank you. Their needs and wants, and that you.
Hi.
I have a question.
Can you consent real quick? You consent to being filmed? I just need you to
Hi,
consent.
I'm Nicole. I'm consenting to this interview.
Go ahead, ask your
I
question.
have a question for you.
Please, go ahead.
What do you mean by that question of how does a woman act?
Basically, I'm saying, I'm trying to challenge the idea that maybe there's like a general idea that a lot of women want to be treated a certain way, and that's why they have that expression, know how to treat a woman. But
Do you believe in heterosexual relationships?
I believe in all different.
How does it have to do with, do y'all not see what's wrong with the situation right now? The interviewer, it's complicated, is asking you a question and you're trying to flip it back on him. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're wilding right now. Real talk.
Different types of relationships, even same-sex ones, of course, all different types. But yeah, let me ask you this: do you think generalizing is okay to do in relationships? It's okay to generalize. Well, if
what I'm saying?
If it wasn't, why would anyone ever bother giving relationship advice? Don't you have to have look for certain patterns to know how to
Is that why you're asking?
Yeah.
To look for a different pattern?
Well, in other words, I'm saying if you couldn't generalize about men and women in relationships, why would there be?
Couldn't generalize in
If you couldn't generalize about what men and women want in relationships, obviously there's exceptions, right? But if you weren't general things that men and women look for, why would there be best-selling books called Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, which generalize, or people ask about somebody's zodiac sign, which generalizes, right?
Real talk.
When you say Scorpios act like this and Geminis act like this, is that not generalizing?
It is.
Is there a problem with generalizing?
No. I don't think there's a.
She would be the bad person she would literally be a bad person to ask questions. She doesn't know how to answer questions, bro. It's so sad. You will literally ask a modern day woman a question, she'll try to flip it back on you, bro. That's so like it's so masculine, bro. Real talk.
The problem with generalizing. I'm asking you if you think that there's a problem with generalizing. Do you think generalizing is okay?
Do you?
Well, I mean, if you want to interview me, I'm just asking these questions.
Well, I think the questions are so vague in that there's so many sanctions of relationship in the world that you're asking a crowd that is heterosexual, and it just like...
Well, I'll give you an example, okay? I acknowledge that there's exceptions. Like
you said you're asking a crowd that's heterosexual. How does being heterosexual have to do with anything? Like, talk to me. Caitlin, talk to me. Jennifer, talk to me. Like, how does being heterosexual have to do with anything, bro? Nothing. Nothing.
Like, for example, there are some women who will date short guys, but don't most women have a preference for a guy who's taller than them?
Disagree.
So you don't think there's such a thing as most, or, you know, you can't say most people want this? Like, a lot of women are attracted to confidence. A lot of people say that.
Confidence is different than height.
Okay, but is that not generalizing? People generally want confidence, right?
I think that a woman could...
Well, just people in general like confidence, right?
I'm a woman interested in men, so I can only speak to that.
Sure.
I think that it is generalizing to say before I'm in a relationship or dating that I could say.
I ain't gonna lie, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Well, fam, I think she's drunk, bro. When did he ever bring up homosexual couples? For you to be talking about, oh, I'm a heterosexual, like what are you saying? Like, real talk. What are you saying? Like, deadass, like what are you saying?
Yes, I'm into tall men.
Okay.
And then I meet someone shorter than me, and I fall in love, and that generalization cancels out.
I didn't say that there aren't exceptions. I said there's exceptions. But I'm saying...
So the conversation is irrelevant.
Well, the exception...
We can't talk about generalizations until we're in this situation, and the generalization, and it cancels out.
But at the same time...
So it's not fair to put on camera and to hold me to a word of generalization until there are exceptions. And I can say that women prefer tall men until they meet someone short and they fall in love, and that's okay.
I acknowledge that. What I'm saying is, does the exception make the rule?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying just because some women might prefer a short man doesn't mean that most women don't have a preference for taller men.
Well, that's statistics that are outside of my ability to talk to.
That's all I'm asking. I'm just asking your opinions. Like I said, yeah.
I'm not willing to put my opinion on camera.
She literally said she consented.
I'm consenting to this interview.
That's why she's drunk, bro.
Which do men enjoy more, the chase or the catch?
The chase.
Isn't the catch the man's goal and the chase the woman's goal?
Yeah, but if you keep chasing that, then they won't want anyone else if they're still chasing that one girl.
Okay. Don't women want to be chased though?
Yes, for sure.
So the chase is not the woman's goal?
The chase is the woman's goal, I would say. I would say I do try to make the guy chase a little more.
Has there ever been a guy you wanted that you weren't able to get?
Nope.
So why do women complain about men when women are the ones choosing the shitty men?
That's a good point.
That is a good point. I've dated a lot of shitty men.
I've talked to shitty men. Haven't dated them.
I have.
Is it true women typically want what they can't have?
No.
Depends.
Has there ever been a man you wanted that you weren't able to get?
Yes. No, I mean, for me, there's not a man. Everybody wants me. It's usually the man that wants me, not to be cocky or anything, but it's never me trying to go for a man that I don't want.
So is it typically true that women want what they can't have?
Yes.
So then would you agree that chasing women is terrible advice for men?
Yes. Terrible advice. Yeah.
So then how is a man supposed to get a woman then without chasing her?
You have to have game. You have to make her want you without her knowing that you want her.
Okay, so like what advice would you have for men? How can he do that?
You know, you have to come at her and buy us dinner, take us out, show us.
Stop. There's nothing wrong with buying you dinner, but that's not going to make you have interest in me. You have to be able to show me that you are highly interested in me before I even take you out to buy dinner. And if you really, really care about me, you know you don't care about whether I take you out for dinner, at least on the first date. We could literally do a picnic dinner We could do skydiving. You could come over. We could cook for each other. You could cook for me. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
That's what you're about, you know, and make it worth our while, and then we'll come on to you.
Right, but I mean, how will that lead to like a romantic relationship as opposed to just being friend zoned?
Did you hear what she said? Make it worth her while, and then she'll come on. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You already know the guy can make it worth your while. You got to make sure that, if anything, you're of high value to the man by showing high levels of interest and being willing to contribute to his life before he invests in you. Women just expect men to invest in them, and they don't bring anything to the table, any value, bro. That like real talk, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Because once we see what you can do, then we like you.
Well, I mean, are there certain like boxes that the man has to check off before he goes from friend zone to actually, you know, the hookup zone, the end zone?
Well, my box is provider, style. Other than that, you know, it's kind of open.
Has there ever been a guy you wanted that you weren't able to get?
Fuck no.
So why do women complain about men when women are the ones choosing the shitty men?
Well, the men are not literally. So I'm gonna put it like this: men, they'll date you, correct? But then when you all start getting comfortable, that's when they show that they're not shit. And then that's when it comes on to the woman's part of leaving the motherfucker. Because if they're not shit, then you need to fucking leave them. But men shouldn't be shit in the first place. Because why are you putting on a whole persona just to be not shit in the first place? Like, you can't do all that.
If women are smarter than men, why?
Which they are.
If women are smarter than men, why do they keep believing men's lies and opening up their legs?
Because it's called manipulation. It's not opening up their legs. If I'm hearing something from man and I'm like, okay, why? First of all, why would you like?
If you're smart, then you wouldn't be able to put yourself in a position to be manipulated, because you'll see that shit from a mile away. Like, what are you talking about? Talking about women are smarter than men. Are you sure about that? Like, are you for sure? Or are you just talking about based off of your feelings? Come on, man. Keep it a buck with, like, on some real talk, keep it a buck with yourself. Keep it a buck with yourself. Forget about the fact that Buddy's recording you, right? It's complicated as recording you. Do you generally believe the words that are coming out of your mouth? Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't think you do. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna just be real. I don't think you believe what is coming out of your mouth. Let's continue, guys.
Like to be in the first place. If you're a liar, why are you doing that? It doesn't fall onto the woman, it falls onto the man, because what are you lying for? See?
Is it true women typically want what they can't have?
No. Women can get whatever they want because men are easy. They say that.
Man, okay, this is the thing you have to understand. Men might be easy when it comes to you being able to sleep with that man, but understand that at the end of the day, he's not going to be easy when it comes to him selecting you as his wife. You have to go through a selective process. You understand? That selective process includes: are you feminine? Are you submissive? Can you cook and clean? Are you not a headache? Do you bring him peace? Are you an asset to his life? If you fit those boxes, you're probably going to end up getting the wedding. If not, he's going to throw you back to the streets.
That women are sluts. The men are sluts because it's a little, oh, you're nice, your little haircut, your edge looks good, your drawers are off.
Why do so many women need to be right, even if they're wrong?
Who says women need to be right?
Well, how many women are willing to concede in an argument?
I will. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you I'm wrong.
I will too.
Shit, my bad. I apologize. I was wrong. Yeah. I read it wrong.
Especially if I
looked at the picture wrong. I looked at the message wrong. It wasn't you, boo.
Let's be real. You're probably an exception. You're not a majority.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So do you think that, who do you think is more likely to admit when they're wrong, men or women?
Men will take it to the fucking grave.
They will deny.
Well, then why do we have the expression being the bigger man?
That's not all the way true every
Yeah,
time.
it isn't. You could be the bigger vagina,
Bigger bitch.
bigger pussy,
Well, then why don't we have that expression?
bigger clit.
It's just you're big.
Ew.
Why do women often tell themselves to never settle?
Oh, because we do so much work. Like, once you get into a relationship, we're going to be constantly doing all the work. So if you settle from the beginning, you're going to just be miserable. You're going to be settled.
Is the man not doing a lot of work by being a provider?
No, not necessarily.
Well, what's all the work that the women are talking about doing?
Well, we're kind of like our men's manager. Like, we make sure you're up on time. We make sure you're doing things right. We make sure you look presentable. We're like your...
But I mean, if a man wasn't capable of doing all that stuff himself, would the woman even find him attractive in the first place?
Exactly.
No. Well, we don't know that at first. We don't know that.
Well, I mean, obviously, a man has to be able to take care of himself in order to have the status and the physique and, you know, all the discipline that, you know, women would find attractive to begin with, right?
Yes, but that level is what men require, and what we bring to the table is on two different levels. What we want and what we bring.
What does a woman bring to the table?
Real talk.
Like I said, we're like the manager. We put you in position so you can be better.
Have you ever considered the possibility you might end up a lonely old cat lady?
I have. I think about it every day. It's so hard to get someone who understands you. And
Why are the women who say they won't settle okay with settling for living and dying alone with a dozen cats?
Real talk.
because during all their life, they think they deserve better, and the years pass, and then they end up being alone.
Because you'll have peace. Your peace of mind is priceless.
Well, yeah, but why would women who can't have everything choose to settle for nothing?
Real talk.
Because that's not nothing. Like, you have yourself. Like, sometimes if you get the wrong man, it just chips away at you.
You only get the wrong man if you choose the wrong man. Y'all don't like women in 2022. Y'all got to learn how to vet men out properly, and men, y'all got to also learn how to vet women out properly as well too. It's a two-way street, right? Y'all will make bad decisions, and then you guys don't even hold yourselves accountable for why you made the bad decisions. If we're to keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
You and you be like, I'll just rather deal with my cats than to be doing all this work.
Is it true women typically want what they can't have?
Yes.
So would you agree that chasing women is terrible advice for men?
All men do is chase women.
No. The boyfriend I have, I chased him, and I still chase him to this day because he's not shit.
Don't women end up working for a man's attention if he's the high value man she says she wants?
There's no high value men out here for real.
There's no high value man?
No, there are some high value men, but they're not a lot. That's the thing.
We know that there's not a lot, but you just said that there's none. Come on, man. Which one is it?
Women are the prize. That's what the people get fucked up.
Well, wait.
Women are the prize.
Hold on. If high value men are rare, why wouldn't the high value man be the prize?
They're not the prize because what was there?
There's
prize
less of
be
them
when
to
it
go
comes
around.
to the man?
They're more rare.
Yeah, where are they? I've been searching.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That would make them a prize. A diamond is a prize because it's rare.
No, the women are the prize because women, they got a pussy. You know what I mean? Pussy makes the world go round. A man got a dick.
So a woman. Wait.
Pussy makes the whole entire world go round.
Okay, if all the men in the world were gay, how would pussy have power?
I really hope they were because at this point, what the fuck is going on? No, women still have the power either way because we're a woman. You know what I mean? A man is a man, but a woman is a woman.
I thought women wanted equality. Do women want to be equal or special?
We want equality with equal pay. I'm not trying to get my ass beat. I want equal pay because it's like, why am I going to college? I'm getting A's and B's and this nigga got C's.
All right, let me ask this. Would you rather? Wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Okay, hold on. Would you rather have a high-profile job for no pay or clean sewers for $100,000 a year?
I would clean sewers if it's more money.
Okay. Do you think most women would choose to do that?
I don't know what most women choose, but I'm talking about me.
Okay, no, I get that, but I'm saying I've interviewed hundreds of women, and most women actually would not choose the dangerous, dirty job. Is that possibly why a lot of women get paid less?
Well, if you're not willing to put in the work to get money, then that's your fault.
Do you think most women want to do the dangerous, dirty job?
It's not. Well, sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I'm not taking trash out.
Well, why do we have the expression "that's a man's job"?
Because certain things are a man's job. because it's like, why gotta take the trash out if there's a man in the house?
Right. So I'm
Or
just saying.
lift heavy things.
Well, right, but it says.
When I'm talking about equal rights, I want equal pay. I want.
Look how she said that she wants to be equal to a man, but then when it comes to taking out the trash and doing all the things that a man does, you don't want to do it. Stop. That, like, you want equality when it suits you, and then you want to be treated like a lady when it suits you. Get up out of here, man. Get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Equality. I'm not trying to get. I want to walk the streets and feel safe. That's what I want to do.
I'm saying, is it fair to say if you want equal privileges, you need equal responsibilities?
No, I want. Why is responsibilities with equality?
Because you gotta
I'm just trying to get equal pay.
Because you gotta take the bad with the
Why do I have to do all
good.
that extra shit if I can't just? Why can't I just have equal pay?
You can't have equal pay if you're not ready to have equal responsibility. That's how it goes, baby girl.
You have to take the bad with the good?
No, you do not. We just have equality, period. You see
What is equality if you're not going through the same responsibilities, the same opportunities, the same jobs as a man is going through? You sound delusional. You sound delusional. Real talk. You're not gonna cap over here. You are? You sound delusional.
what I mean? You know what I mean?
So you want equality only when it benefits you?
No, I want equality, period. Because why do we
don't.
have equality? It should be benefiting women because at the end of the day, men have more privilege than women do.
How so?
And it's just like that shit's up. First of all, a man can walk the streets without feeling safe. So yesterday, I'm trying to go to a goddamn Walgreens and I'm getting catcalled. I'm getting called a bitch. My shoe got taken from me yesterday, all because from a man, all because I'm a woman. A man can walk the street and they can feel safe. If I'm out here past a good 1, 2 p.m., I'm scared and I'm gonna go home.
Are you aware that statistically men are the highest victims of violent crime?
Where?
Statistically, look it up.
Where is this at?
The FBI.
Show me.
The FBI
Show
statistics.
me. I want to see it.
Okay,
So I don't believe that.
I'll show you.
I want to see it.
I mean, I agree with you. Women are the victims of sexual crime, but men are victims of violent crime.
But it's still crime, period. And it's
Well, no, I know that.
Is, why do I gotta just run out and be like, oh, I might get. That's fucked up. Super fucked up.
I think it's fucked up too. I think it's fucked up too.
Period.
All right, let's move on to the next video, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, let's go, guys. Guys, we're gonna get into this next video. My bad about everything. Okay. So apparently Noah Simpson tries to shame Fresh and Fit. So let's see what's going on. Let us see what's going on.
Wow, look at this. 94% of people believe company culture is important to an organization's success.
This video is sponsored by Ren,
I think if you're in a serious relationship with a girl, she should not have an Instagram. That's cheating. What to do if you have a girl at your place and she says, no, I don't want to have sex? Who gives a fuck about a woman's orgasm? It's useless. And when women lose sexual leverage, guess what? They have no power, because that's their only fucking power.
Women be like, men be like, non-binary people be like, biology, human anatomy, podcasts for men. I want to know how to level up my manliness and my fitness and my freshness. And that's why I listen to the Fresh and Fit podcast.
It's the best podcast for me and my needs as a man.
I'm a men's rights activist. I'm fighting for the custody of my 12 large sons. And on my daily commute to the courthouse, I listen to Fresh and Fit at max volume in my blood red PT Cruiser. It's damaging my eardrums, but I'm becoming a very big, strong man. So, guys, hi. Fresh and Fit is this really popular male self-improvement podcast. #1 in the world, according to their website. They are approaching 700,000 subscribers on YouTube. Their channel has over 200 million total views. They make a lot of money on their Patreon. I don't know how much that is, but it's a good chunk, I bet. And they just so happen to be some of the worst guys on the internet.
Men lead, women follow. Knock her off that pedestal so she gets back down to your level and looks up.
No, let me ask you this question, bro. What makes Fresh and Fit some of the worst people on the platform? In your opinion, what makes them bad, bro?
To you. And on this channel, we love to find those types of guys. If you have heard of them, it might be from one of their more viral hot takes, like that one time when they said that your girlfriend having an Instagram account means that she's cheating on you.
I think if you're in a serious relationship with a girl, she should not have an Instagram. That's cheating, in my opinion. I think a woman having an Instagram is 100% cheating, especially if she has scantily clad photos of herself on the internet and she's not making money off of it, which a lot of women tend to do. And I think for women, attention is like sex for men. You know, women love attention from the opposite gender. And if you got a serious relationship with a girl and she still has a for sale sign on her neck, I think that's very disrespectful. But that's just my opinion.
That's right, ladies. You heard it here first. If you have an Instagram, that's you telling the world that you want to be purchased. Because you can be purchased. Because you are an object. Hence the for sale sign metaphor.
She still has a for sale sign on her neck.
I love that statement, though. For women, attention is like sex for men.
For women, attention is like sex for men.
Because it kind of rules out the idea that men might want attention and also that women might sometimes maybe actually enjoy having sex. I'm positive that the latter of those two has been ruled out by this guy because of this clip.
It's way more important to protect her than to please her. Who gives a fuck about a woman's orgasm? It's useless.
Right.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. You said who gives a fuck? Have a woman ever had an orgasm with you when you was having sex?
Yeah,
do you know how that feels for you?
Yeah, but I don't. I'm not like in there like trying to like make it happen. I just like do it. If it happens, awesome. If it don't, like all right, well.
So that's why your relationship's gonna work out.
Why would you post this? Why would you say this out loud? Everyone in this clip is laughing at him. This lady here absolutely flames him on the way out.
That's why your relationship's gonna work out.
A commenter weighs in with a translation. He's saying that a woman's orgasm is useless because it isn't mandatory to have children, which is 100% factual. He just expresses it openly, and most people are shocked when he tells them the truth. Oh my God, this person can't make women come either? Coping so hard. This is such a hilarious rationalization, though. Like the idea that women's orgasms aren't important because they don't further the human race. Oh, okay, so the 13 champion ankle socks that are crusted to your bedroom floor are furthering the human race? Is that what's going on? Also, I cannot think of worse advice to give on a men's self-improvement podcast than you should actively strive to become a more inconsiderate lover. The clit? Don't even worry about it, dude. Forget about it. It's irrelevant to the future of the species. Foreplay? That's for pussies, dude. Wait, it's not for pussies. By pussies, I mean weak men, not vaginas. Foreplay is for dicks only. It's for the boys. Dudes rock. Another interesting take you might know these guys for is that one video where the guy says that consent can be just kind of like bartered away.
What to do if you have a girl at your place and she says, no, I don't want to have sex? Cool, no problem.
Wait, okay, hold up. If you're ever supposed to be impersonating a woman that's saying she doesn't want to have sex with you, do not make a baby face and use a baby voice.
No, I don't want to have sex.
Yeah, so I asked her to...
This is the thing. So we have a lot of things to digest, right? I was listening. Number one, it's not that men view women as, well, I'm not gonna say that they don't view them as objects, but it's not that men want to. The reality of the situation is that When a man gets into a serious committed relationship with his girlfriend, he expects his girlfriend to be loyal to him and him only, not to the whole world and multiple men. But like Myron said, majority of women view attention as men would view sex towards women. They love it. They need the attention. You understand? So that's the first thing. Number two, when it comes to the orgasm stuff, every man is entitled to what they believe is necessary to please a woman. But I will say this. At the end of the day, it's up to you to determine what you want to do. If you want to please her by making her orgasm, cool. But a lot of dudes believe that they need to eat it to be able to make her, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this to you. If you do that, she's only going to lose respect for you, bro. That's where I can somewhat agree with Myra. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe you generally need, make her feel good. But the thing is that if you're providing all that value outside of the bedroom, in the bedroom to an extent, it is her job to please you, bro. She needs to provide value to you, bro. If she's not providing value, it's like you're just doing everything, bro. You got to make her work for it, bro. Real talk.
To have sex, and she was all, no, I don't consent to sex. Just don't do that, okay? Just don't do it. Use any other type of voice.
What to do if you have a girl at your place and she says, no, I don't want to have sex? Cool, no problem. I respect your boundaries. But what you're going to do is you're going to pull out your phone, get up, and walk into another room. You're going to either call another girl or pretend you're talking to another girl. Then you're going to come back out and tell her, hey, listen, it was nice hanging out with you, but you got to go now. And then you let her mind race thinking, oh, this guy really just called another girl just now? I better either A, give him what he wants because he's going to kick me out of here and I might lose this guy, or B, she never want to have sex with you in the first place and you're get rid of a time waster. You're welcome.
Setting aside the reprehensible manipulation tactic on display here, this is, once again, horrible advice. Pulling some shit like that is the quickest way to convince a girl that you're an absolute gremlin, and not the good kind of gremlin. I mean like a genuine creep. And he boils it down to two possible outcomes. So one being that the girl has sex with you even though she didn't want to because FOMO, or something, which I guess is the desired outcome, so that's awesome. Option two is that she leaves because she wasn't ever going to have sex with you in the first place, and this is also good because she was just wasting your time. But there's a third option here, right? Hey man, I was gonna have sex with you, just not tonight, but now that you went and did that weird shit, I'm not gonna have sex with you ever. Please delete my number from your phone. Thank you. Goodbye. The third viral moment you may know the Fresh and Fit fellows from was this clip of them on DJ Academic's podcast getting brutally demolished in the marketplace of ideas by this lady. Her name's Brittany Renner. I think she just got done skiing or something. I don't know. But that doesn't matter because after her long day on the slopes, she still has enough energy to put these goofballs in their place.
That you warn guys about girls like me, so tell me about girls like me.
Just
Humor
women
me.
in general.
Don't women in general, because you literally specifically said before we got on here
This was all off-camera
that
conversation.
you did say that
That's true.
you warn guys about girls like me. So now that we're face to face, what kind of girl am I?
You're not special. You're like other girls. That's the key.
I'm not special.
You're like other women that are
So what makes you special then?
I never said I was.
What do you gain from telling girls that they're not special? How does that make you feel? I mean, I know everything is a joke, but I'm asking you a real question. So how does it make you feel? Because if I say you're a bitch ass nigga, that does something for me, right? If I insult
You can insult him, but anyway.
you, or if I tell you you're not special, you're forgettable, what does that do for me? That's why I didn't want to do you guys' podcast. Forgettable. Hate the setup. The name is underwhelming. I didn't really see the value in it.
Damn, son.
Right? That's how I feel. Right.
Ooh, just completely exposes how spineless this guy is.
Observe the Sigma female, Brittany Renner, keeping firm eye contact on her prey, back straight, head held high, as she stalks, searching for an opening, hunting for the kill. And here we have the virgin podcast host, unable to keep eye contact for even a second.
You call him a virgin podcast host as if he's a virgin. You're making this I'm gonna be real with you. I don't understand men who feel the right and the effrontery to shame other men, bro. As if you are perfect. As if you don't make mistakes, as if you're all holy. Come on, bro. Stop. That is some incel type of behavior, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't call men incels, but it's why are you shaming other men, bro? If anything, we as men, we should be sticking together instead of fighting each other, bro. This is just some weak stuff, bro. Noah, you got to do better, bro. Noah Simpson, do better, G.
Before averting his eyes from the predator's haunting gaze, answering specific questions with vague sexist platitudes to avoid the conflict at hand.
You're not special, you're like other girls. That's the
I'm
key.
not special.
Like, you're like
just despicable.
That's my David Attenborough, bro. That's my David Attenborough, bro. This full video has quite a few funny moments in it, though. Like this one here, the look this lady gives the camera.
Men and women, we're very different. We have opposing goals. Like girls are trying to, get resources, time, attention out of guys. Guys are trying to get sex. And girls, a lot of the time, are trying to get
What is this? Pam Jim from the Office Gym show, Pam? She did the gym look. It's a classic TV gag. Later on, she calls them Tweedledee and Tweedledum, which is hilarious.
Listen, there's a lot of people that will not sit down and have a conversation with you just because of the comments that you guys made. Well, you made. And, well, you chimed in, so you guys are Tweedledee and Tweedledum kind of, right? So
I feel like that's a pretty good basic rundown of what these guys do, what they're known for, what they're up to. So now, for the rest of the video, I want to go over some of their YouTube shorts. These are just short, under a minute long YouTube videos that YouTube has decided to build a whole new platform within YouTube because everything needs to have TikTok on it nowadays. Back in my day, not everything needed to have stories on it. You could log into LinkedIn and not see a single pastel social justice infographic. That's what I sound like right now, but it's true. It's true. So we're gonna look at these for a little bit and goof around, goof on them, spoof on them. It'll be great. But before we do that, we gotta take a quick moment to thank today's video sponsor, Ren. Ren is a website where you can calculate your carbon footprint, then offset it by funding a diverse mix of carbon reduction projects like tree planting, mineral weathering, rainforest protection, and more. All you have to do is answer a few questions about your lifestyle in order to find your carbon footprint, and then you can offset your footprint by choosing any one of Ren's specifically curated projects to donate to. Once you sign up to make a monthly contribution, you will receive monthly updates from the projects you support. You get to see what your money is spent on with photos and details on every tree planted, every acre reforested, and every ton of carbon offset. One of Ren's newer projects that I found really interesting is called Biochar in California. This project is partnered with Pacific Biochar, a California-based public benefit corporation. The project removes flammable, dead wood from California's forests, which helps prevent wildfires, and then turns this wood into biochar, which is a stable form of carbon that persists for thousands of years. This biochar is then used as fertilizer in local farms, so it's a two birds with one piece of biochar situation. Permanently store carbon while helping plants grow. No wonder it's considered to be one of
Bro.
but he just comes off like, women, girls will cheat on you just like they cheated on me.
They do everything in their power to put women on pedestals. They do everything in their power to make men come off as second-class citizens, and she's entitled to your time and attention, and you need to be a gentleman, all that shit. Fuck that. We live in 2021. Chivalry is dead and women killed it.
They keep saying, hey, be nice to your girlfriend. Open the door for her and stuff. I don't know, be a nice guy. Fuck you! Fuck you! That's what I tell them in return. Fuck you!
You guys are no longer gonna go into this gender war with a fucking butter knife. We're gonna arm you guys with bazookas so that you guys can play fair with the women that are in there with rocket launchers as well.
2021 goals. Blow up a bunch of women with a rocket launcher. Fellas, to any of you out there that are having trouble getting laid, one question. Have you ever played Call of Duty?
Chivalry is dead and women killed it. I mean, y'all can say what you want to say, man. But feminism is here. You know, women...
Nah, real talk. Chivalry is dead. Women definitely killed it because they don't appreciate the good things that men do for them anymore, bro. You could literally open a door for a woman and she won't even say thank you, bro. Is that not chivalry, bro? Come on, bro. It's entitlement in 2022. It's entitlement in 2022. You cannot make this up. You know what I'm saying?
Women are more educated than ever before. They make their own money. You know what I'm saying? And as a byproduct of them making their own money and becoming more successful, you get a little bit more masculine energy. You're not going to be a heavy hitter making money by being passive and a pussy. You're going to become a little bit more masculine.
You don't get promoted at Starbucks from being a barista to a manager if you're being passive and a pussy. Everybody knows the second you get a promotion, the second you get a raise, you grow a big penis on your butt. Okay, but penises aren't a gender thing.
And then on top of that,
Women are just having a little bit more recreational sex, which is fine, right? Cool, do your thing. It doesn't sound fine. It doesn't sound fine or cool to you. Something about you saying fine there, what didn't exactly convince me. But you can't expect men to be traditional, hold the door open for you, pay for the date, treat you like a lady, etc. when you guys are no longer traditional women. It's bullshit. Yeah. So guys have adapted to the situation because men haven't really changed. Women have. Yeah, I was gonna open the door for you at the movie theater, but like Megan Thee Stallion just released this song and she's talking about how she likes having sex, and that's not true. Girls don't like having sex.
You're using Meg Thee Stallion to compare to how he's seen women act in his lifetime. Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Real talk.
It's usually not with me, but for that reason, I can't be nice to you. I can't. I'm sorry. A, I haven't changed. You've changed. This is your fault, actually. This is your fault.
All right, I get this question all the time. Should you get married? Guys, you should not get married unless you want to have children. And if you want to have children, then you need to vet the hell out of the potential mother of your children as hard as hell.
Vet the hell out of you hard as hell.
Her looks are going to come second to her character. I'm going to say that again. Her looks are going to come second to her character. I'm going to say that again. Her looks are going to come second to her character. I don't care if she's a baddie, 9 out of 10, blue check on Instagram, model, whatever. I don't give a shit. She needs to be a good woman first, guys. Because remember, beauty fades, but character doesn't. You need a woman by your side that's not going to embarrass you, embarrass your legacy, and most importantly, embarrass your kids with some old stupid pictures, OnlyFans crap, cheating on you, whatever it is.
I love that the metric by which he measures a valuable woman is directly tied to how much of a burden she is on her husband. Not a single positive attribute is named here. I don't need a woman that's strong or passionate or smart or beautiful. I just need to make sure she doesn't embarrass me in front of my boys or in front of my sons. I have 12 sons. How do you think they're going to react if they see you embarrassing me, making me stand up and walk over and grab a beer?
You need to find a good woman first, then you can have the kids. And that takes a year or two of vetting if you want to get married to this shit, because you got way more to lose than she does, right? That's the only reason you get married. Kids.
This kind of plays back earlier into that conversation about how sex is viewed purely as a biological utility. The same applies to marriage, apparently. I'm not the most pro go get married and stuff guy in the world, but like, I feel so bad for any woman that happens to come into this guy's life. Because the moment he gets to her house for the first time, he's just downloading all of her hard drives, searching through filing cabinets, control effing her Bank of America account, typing in OnlyFans to see if any crazy credits come in. Just a brutal life, man.
All right, guys, when a girl tells you, I'll let you know, translation, hey, I have other suitors that are probably better candidates than you. Let me see what they say. And then if they all flake on me, then I'll go on a date with you and make you pay.
If a girl says, sounds good, I'm going to be off work in a few minutes, can I call you then? She wants to murder you. If a girl says, oh, let me see if I have time that night,
She's not coming over.
Wants to blow your house up. These translation ones are very funny. He just says like a benign statement and then makes the most insecure possible reading of that statement and then projects it onto the viewer. I get where he's coming from here, right? Like the logic is if a girl really, really wants to be with you, if you're the one for her, she will make time. She won't hesitate to make plans, blah, blah, blah. But like, you didn't have to say all that extra shit, man.
I have other...
No, he did, because the thing is that he's giving you examples in which most guys are going through, but the thing is that guys are scared to be honest. And then when you're honest, people like yourself try to shame them and call them incel, call them insecure. Stop, bro. Stop.
Suitors that are probably better candidates than you.
You're just calling whichever poor guy that's watching this a loser, like the biggest loser possible. You're the last in the line of choices. There's no way she's considering you even second or even third. You little poopy bitch.
Pull the pressure Instagram. Both guys, and as a matter of fact, if you use them together, they could be a 1-2 punch that will get you that date. For example, let's say you meet a girl in person and you give her just your phone number. Well, that could easily flake out. But let's say you give her your phone number and your Instagram. Well, now she's gonna see you on her timeline. She's gonna be able to see that you're a cool, normal guy. Maybe you live a cool lifestyle, whatever it is.
Cool, normal guy. She's going to be able to see that you're very normal. She's going to see up close and personal why you are normal. You don't do anything weird in your bedroom. She's going to look at your profile and say, wow, that guy is the most normal guy I've ever seen. I'm not suspicious of him at all. And that's what we want, fellas. It's not really a terrible tip, right? Texting a random number, a little more sus potentially than seeing an Instagram profile from someone that has like human connections, maybe. But also the way he's presenting it is like the reason someone would want to have a normal looking profile is because they want to have a profile that looks normal, not because they're actually normal. Like any advice this guy gives, you have to imagine just the most insecure, like freak type of guy taking at face value and making that their thing. And I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's why I feel like any tip this guy gives, no matter how good it sounds, is always going to be sus because we know how he actually views women.
Okay, guys, public service announcement. Do not eat where you poop. And what I mean by that is a lot of you guys hit on girls that you have a very tight social network with, such as girls that you might know from school that are in your class.
Have you ever met a nice lady and said, hey, you're cute, what's up? You want to hang out? Isn't that just like defecating?
Leave the courtship/womanizing for outside of places where you earn money, a living, or any type of housing or education, guys, because it can backfire and mess you up. Okay, it's always better to make cold approaches and meet girls that don't really know you or at least one layer away when it comes to social circles. So if something bad happens, she can't run around and ruin your reputation.
That is so sinister. Like, it sounds like this would only be a problem if you repeatedly run into issues where you end up doing things that could ruin your reputation if people spoke out about it. Like, it's very much like, yeah, remember, we're evil, guys, so we don't want to be evil around the people that are supposed to not think we're evil.
All right, guys, is feminism ruining the world? Well, that's a
shaming tactic, bro. That junk isn't gonna work, bro. You literally just gave good advice and you shamed it, bro. Why would you date somebody you work with where you know you have the ability to for things to end badly? And it's not even about you doing anything evil per se. It's just the fact that if things end badly, all it takes is for her to say something negatively on your name, and you're literally done for. Real talk. Literally. Like it doesn't take that much. You know what I'm saying?
Very complex question.
Guys, so what do we think about the death of civilization because of women? Complex questions require complex answers, except in this case for this YouTube short.
When a girl says, I feel like, translation, what I feel like right now, and these feelings might not necessarily translate to the future. So believe me at your own cost.
This poor fucking translation chart, dude. When a girl says, I think, translation, I don't think, because I'm a woman, I'm dumb, and I always cheat on you. I will always cheat on you every night, especially if you're a guy that does a podcast about women and he's kind of bald and he should shave his head, but he doesn't, because it would look better if he shaved his head, but he doesn't for some reason. I don't know, he's insecure. I will always cheat on you because Translation complete.
No, guys, the only way I would suggest someone get married is if you want to have children. If you want to have kids, there's no need to get married. You can get all those benefits from being in a regular relationship. Now, if you are going to go and take the plunge and get married, you need to find a way to not get the state involved. Obviously, this is going to change depending on where you live in the world, whether you're in a Western country or whatever it may be. But whatever you do, don't involve the state.
All right, guys, we figured out his problem. He's an anarchist. That's a little leftist politics joke for everybody out there. No hatred to my anarchist friends. I like you guys. The rest of you can piss off.
All right, guys, common misconception about women. There's sugar and spice and everything nice. Guys, the quicker you get over this myth that women can do no wrong and they're perfect and believe all women, all this other BS.
Wait, that's right. He just slips believe all women in there like it's nothing. Guys, the quicker you can get over this myth that women are perfect and they can do no wrong and believe all women and Me Too and Harvey Weinstein was guilty, the quicker you're going to be better off as a man.
And they're perfect and believe all women, all this other BS. The quicker you're going to come into reality.
How would you like to literally copy my multi-7-figure real estate marketing agency? I'll give you my website. I'll give you my 2 sales funnels, which each sales funnel made me well over $1 million. I'll give you all of my money-making emails and my digital products that you can just slap on your own logo, connect your Stripe.
And the quicker you're not going to be disappointed in your dating life. They're human just like you. They lie, they poop, they say a bunch of stupid things, and they make mistakes, okay? They're not sugar and spice and everything nice, and as a matter of fact, they will punish you for thinking that way and or treating them that way. If you put a woman on a pedestal, guess what happens? She starts to look down on you.
Because you don't respect yourself, real talk.
And that is a problem. Women want to be with guys that they can have to look up to, not the other way around. Men lead, women follow. Knock her off that pedestal so she gets back down to your level and looks up to you. All right? Peace.
Wait, so is she on your level or is she below you? Like, to a certain extent, I was like, yeah, okay, I guess like women are human too, so don't come up with false beliefs about how perfect someone is. That's probably true of everyone. But then he was like, knock them off the pedestal, stomp on their skull, make it explode, dance in the blood.
You're so toxic. Translation, I don't like the fact that you know unflattering things about female nature and call me out on it and hold me accountable to those standards. I don't like this because I can't get one over on you.
Ironically, this specific translation is a perfect example of why someone would call you toxic and be perfectly right about that characterization. He's just taking all the things that women have told him and being like, how can I rationalize this in a way that is not only helpful to me, but helpful to you, the consumer of my content?
Okay, when a girl tells you her body count, don't believe it. And why'd you even ask, guys? She's never going to be honest with you, okay? No girl nowadays in the West is a virgin, and if you ask her for a body count, whatever she tells you, multiply by 3, then add another 10, and then multiply that by another 2. That's probably her body count, right? She ain't going to be honest, don't ask. It's going to bother you no matter what it is.
I feel like it doesn't have to bother you. Like, it's gonna bother you if you're insecure and just assume that no matter what she says that she's lying. But like, what's the threshold of being comfortable with the number that they say? If they say like 2 over your threshold, what is the problem exactly? I don't disagree with the notion that you shouldn't ask someone's body count. I just believe that for a different reason. I believe that because I'm not in high school.
What should a girl bring to the table? Guys, compliance. Because from compliance, everything else can be built. It is the foundation to a good relationship with a woman.
Guys, what do we need in a woman, right? Obedience, doing as she's told, not speaking too loud ever.
A woman that's compliant can be coached and mentored to become the perfect girlfriend and or accomplice to your empire.
Oh God, I guess it just depends on who's doing the coaching. If it's you and anyone that listens to you, that woman is fucked. No, but that is such a perfect distillation of like this person's view of what like a relationship is. It's a reflection of you. Another person isn't actually another person. They're not an individual with their own mind and autonomy. They are whatever you want to shape them to be. Ooh.
Guys, never tolerate disrespect from your girl. You
Big facts.
need to have boundaries, and more importantly, have these boundaries and put your foot down. If she overtalks you, if she's loud, if she's obnoxious, you need to look her dead in the eye and say, hey, cut that shit. And she needs to know you're very serious about it and you're willing to walk away. Your only power as a man in 2021 is walking away from the girl. She needs to have the fear of God that if you leave her, you can replace her in 2 minutes. That's when women get in line, when they know you have other women in line.
It sounds like gonna be a healthy, fun relationship. Every 2 seconds thinking you're gonna get dumped. You need to strike the fear of God in that woman's heart, thinking she's gonna talk.
The reason he's saying that is because most women, unfortunately, the average woman doesn't respect the average man. That's just the reality, Unfortunately.
Back to you, talk all loud, talk about 3 decibels over her decibel limit. Tell her I'm gonna kick you, boot you to the curb, take the kids, run off to this other bitch that lives next door. It's like just so emotionally manipulative, and like anytime you're around this guy, you gotta be just walking on eggshells.
You're a jerk or you're an asshole. Translation, I don't like the fact that you don't let me get away with my BS and you see right through it.
Just again listing stuff that people call him and trying to like make the most of his life. You're an asshole. Translation, you're such a cool guy. You know what's best for me and our relationship. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, you're so handsome. Oh, you're so tall. Noah, you make terrible videos. You should quit. You should go dig a big hole and dive head first and bury yourself. Translation, you're so tall. You're so dang tall. Noah, you're the tallest guy in town. You're so tall and handsome. How do you do this? Oh, you smell disgusting. When is the last time you took a shower? Translation, I don't smell. I smell good. Anyone who says otherwise is a hater.
Okay, guys, I know I'm getting a lot of heat for this, but here's the reality. Red flag to look for if a girl travels alone and travels often. Guys, all I gotta say is that when girls travel a lot, they have certain types of things they want to knock off their bucket list that tend to deal with their sexuality.
Yeah, they want to masturbate in every hotel room in the world. That's not one of your bucket list goals? Oh wait, no, girls don't come. They don't come. Never mind, I'm tripping.
So am I saying don't date girls that travel? No, I just want you guys to understand that it is a red flag and something you need to be concerned with if you intend to take this woman seriously. Do your vetting, at least a year and a half, see if she works for you. Because at the end of the day, you're the selector and she's got to qualify to you as the prize, okay?
What if she's a flight attendant? It's actually so grim though, thinking like the philosophy is that anytime your girl is out of your sight, she is wanting to do stuff with other men. It's the same thing with the Instagram. Like you have to hide her because she is promiscuous by nature. And so the only way to truly trust someone is to never allow them to do anything that could potentially break your trust, which isn't trust in that case. So, seems weird.
I want to go on girls' night out. Translation, I want to dress provocatively, go outside, field my options while you sit at home like a dummy and not know that I'm still playing the field while you're faithful to me.
Yeah, these are so good, man.
We're gonna move on to the next video, man. We're gonna move on to the next video, guys. I don't know, for some reason I have a headache watching this dude, bro. It's just like you spend like a whole 30 minutes just, you know, trying to shame. This is crazy to me.
Chasing that A and want to save time on proofreading? Grammar.
You know that I always talk about the farmer's dog. This is what we feed Cooper. They have food tailored specifically for him. You put in, you know, what type of dog you have, their weight, all of.
The only thing the U.S. women's soccer team has yet to win, equal pay.
Men's World Cup generates 6.1 billion in revenue. Teams get 7% of that revenue, while women's generate 131 million in.
So Men's World Cup generates 6.1 billion in revenue. Teams get 70% of that revenue. Wow, women's, yeah, because it's like men and women's sports is not equal, bro. Majority of men are getting paid off of views and endorsements. You know what I'm saying? So women really can't compete in that area, bro. It is what it is.
Teams get 23%.
We've filled stadiums, we've broken viewing records, and yet despite all of this, we're still paid less than our male counterpart.
Now, I know the US national team is really successful. They've done really well, but you did lose to 15-year-old teenage boys. Let's not forget that. There's no top male national team that would lose to 15-year-old boys.
Wow.
So that's the Australian under-20s professional team. That's not the game that you've heard about maybe, where the Australian first team lost 7-0 to 15-year-old boys.
The Australian women's national team, who were ranked number 5 in the world at the time,
yeah.
lost 7-0 to a team of 15-year-old boys.
That just goes to show you.
Awkward.
But for some reason, those clips have just disappeared into thin air. I wonder why. And this is why I can't take people seriously when they say women should get paid the same as men in football, basketball, or most sports, to be honest. If you'd have put the under-20 males team against teenage boys, they'd destroy them. They'd have been playing against some 15-year-old boys from England, Spain, France, a footballing country. They'd have got destroyed. Not only do you notice those boys are a lot faster, a lot stronger, but technically they're better. And also, it's a business. If people aren't watching women's football, you can't pay them the same because they're not making as much money. You'll get women that don't even play football asking for equal pay.
This is the bot stuff I'm talking about, bro. They will literally talk about equal pay, but it's like you're not producing any results to make somebody want to treat you equally. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Real talk.
But then you ask them, have you actually watched the women's football? Have you ever seen it? No. Have you seen the men's World Cup final? Yes.
How would you feel if you were asked to split the check on a first date?
I think it would be okay, depending how it would be okay. Absolutely not.
Just kidding. Would you do it, or would you be like, no, you should pay?
I mean, if he asked, I wouldn't turn it down. I just don't think there would be a second date.
Now, when the first girl started arguing, you could tell she didn't give a shit if you split on the first date. But as soon as she saw her friends didn't like her opinion, she changed it. And this is like most people. Most people are fucking sheep. They don't want to have their own opinion. Well, they do have their own opinion, but they're too scared to actually give it.
Would you rather choose the girl of your dream, any girl you want, the girl of your dreams, or the car of your dream?
Probably the car of my dreams.
What car would that be?
RX-7 FD.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. How come not a girl though?
Because bitches waste money.
City boy.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's doing me!
When you went 4-0 in divorce court, got the cars, got the house, got the kids, got child support. Man, fucking hell, how bad was she? This is rare. This guy's in the top 1%, probably even less than that.
How do you keep your man satisfied without sex?
Ladies, if you went silent after this question was being asked, you need to stay away from men. And I'm going to tell you why. You need to stay away from men, heal from your trauma, sit there, learn about a man, get to know what a man is, what a man wants, how to satisfy a man, learn to love a man properly without sex, and then go ahead and try to date a man.
Yes, it doesn't give you longevity. It's important in a relationship, but it's also important to have a mental chemistry. If you don't have that and you've only got sex, it's not going to last. And this is the problem with a lot of modern day women that want a high value man. They say, I want a high value man. Okay, so what can you give that high value man? Oh, well, I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll have sex. That's not enough. You need to have an understanding up here, not just down there.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo, what you came to you?
Quick quackity duck, this is what the fuck I want.
You think it's okay for you to judge a woman based upon her appearance and associate
anybody,
like,
not a woman, anybody. You can judge people on the way they look. There's nothing wrong with that. Not just women, not just men, anybody.
You can have an
if someone walks into the
opinion,
bank with a balaclava on his face, yeah, and holding a gun, I'm gonna judge him based on what he looks like. He looks like a bank robber. Can I just say? So I'm gonna think he's one.
Yeah, look, let's not pretend that we're all saints and we don't judge people when we first see them. Everyone does it a little bit. There's a bit of prejudgment. And to me, the difference is are you open-minded enough to still get to know someone?
So you see a nice looking guy like this, right? He's coming up to you. What do you expect from him?
So, I'm not attracted to him, but if we'll pretend that I was, I would expect some level of like confidence for him to be able to come up and talk to me.
Are you attracted to me though?
A little bit.
Out of 10.
No, I don't want to boost your ego. But also, if you lost your braces, it would be higher.
Bruv, people are in the comments saying she needs to be humble, but at the end of the day, they asked her for her opinion. If you can't take it, don't ask for it.
I love my husband with all my heart, but when I married him 11 months ago, I didn't think I was marrying a cheapskate. He used to wine and dine me, and now when we go on date nights, he's like, let's split the bill 50-50. Marriage is 50-50, split the bill 50-50. So I feel like I'm taking myself out.
I think it's normal that over time he expects you to want to go 50-50 with him. Why should he pay for everything?
Yeah, this is my thing. I think in certain situations it's not bad if a woman pays. I think majority of the time the man should pay. But from time to time, show your man some love. Pay the bill. Buy him some nice clothes. You know what I'm saying? Show him love, bro. Buy him a PS5. Buy him some shoes. Buy him a puffer. You know what I'm saying? A puffer jacket. Buy him nice things, man.
All the fucking time. Now, if he's making a massive thing of it and constantly saying, right, we got to split the bill. If you don't split the bill, we're not going here, then fair enough. If he's mentioning sometimes, oh, do you want to split the bill? Do you want to go halves in this? What's the problem? You're meant to be a team.
Is that your husband?
Fuck no, that's my friend.
What's the game? Oh, bro, you in the friend zone? Yes.
I respect his honesty, but the way she reacted like she was kind of ashamed, I'd say just move on. Why chase a girl that doesn't want you? Know your worth, don't be someone's second option. You want to be with someone that wants you as bad as you want them.
The last thing that I want to do is like sit there and try and figure out how to get my product to you. I just need something that is easy to use, that I can jump in, understand, and sell things that I make. Hi, I'm Risa Uesaki Culbertson. I'm a multimedia artist and I have a greeting card line called Papa Llama. Having Shopify, the whole platform is really set up for organization. I like to see, what is coming in, what I need to take care of. That helps me give more time to the actual creation of my work.
Oh, excuse me, girls. Everyone, excuse me, girls. Excuse me. Can I play a game with you? Right. Can I play Smash or Pass? Pass. You're a victim.
Today I let my boy use my whip to pull his crush while me and mine walked home. Hey, I hope your friend bought you and your missus some dinner, because you two are legendary for that.
If you put your girl first before anything else in your life, you already lost, bro. I know plenty of guys who gave up going to a great school or pursuing their passion and purpose in life just to be closer with their girlfriend and sacrifice their entire dream just to make it work with their girl, only to regret it in the end.
Now, this message is not for married men with kids and families. This is for young guys. This is for guys that might be in a relationship at a young age and think, should I not do this? Should I not move to this place because of this girl? Never fucking do that. Never put a girl before your own shit when you're a young guy. Now, I'm not saying there's not a small percentage of people that are being together from a really young age, but usually that shit doesn't last.
I think he had enough.
Oh my god, can you get a fucking ring? I'm trying to do
I mean, the guy's got a point. The gym's not for fucking around, is it? You're in beast mode. You don't want to see no romantic shit.
Hi.
Is your name Google? Because you've got everything on search.
You found that on Google, didn't you? Yes, I did. But you're still fit and you're a model and you're 6'3", so congratulations.
What? Oh, he's getting a ball! Oh! You happy with how that went?
Yeah, so happy. See, women will look past the bullshit at the beginning if they're attracted to you. She didn't care that was the corniest line she'd ever heard. She just thought, yeah, he's good looking. Bruv, I hope that's not her husband and it's her brother or...
Yeah, please, let's hope that that's not her husband. If that's the case, that's so disrespectful, bro. Like, you cannot make this up.
Cousin or some shit, because if it is her husband and she cheats...
She belongs to the streets.
No cap. All right, guys, we're going to get into the next video. Trying to think. What should we watch? A lot of good videos to watch. Let's watch Gideon's video.
Chasing that A and want to save time on proofreading? Grammarly makes editing one click simpler. We can suggest ways.
The creature that goes by many names, the mythical animal that controls the waves. She cannot be conquered. The Loch Ness Monster. As a kid growing up in Cerulean City, monsters was an everything sight for me. But everything changed when Professor Oak told me about the legend of the Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Ness Monster, or as I like to call her, Nessie, is said to be a mythical creature that resides in a lake in Scotland. There's countless individuals in the world who speculate the existence of the Loch Ness Monster. Thousands who take vacations to see if their eyes are even worthy enough to bask in her awe. But there's only been one person who's dedicated their entire life to proving and solving the existence of the great beast. That man's name is Steve. A man crazy enough to drop all his earthly possessions and responsibilities to live in an RV right next to the lock for the last 30 years, praying that one day he'll be worthy of her. Which led me, the biggest menace in the world, to this grand question. What if I traveled to Scotland, met with Steve, and finally solved the Loch Ness Monster mystery once and for all? Alright, what's good with y'all boys and girls? So literally, I've been in contact with this Loch Ness Monster expert, right? And I've been trying to get him to do an interview and stuff. Brody was not budging. He was like, oh, I don't got the time, da-da-da, da-da-da. But then I threw $5,000 in his face. He was like, well, when you put it like that, and I know you guys are probably just like, he didn't actually say that. No, he literally said, well, when you put it like that. All right, boys, I'm not gonna.
My only thing I'll say is that, bro, don't, like, let's just say, for example, you did pay him the $5,000. Don't put it on social media and try to, like, say that that's the reason why he came through. Now it makes it seem as if you're ingenuine because you use money to be able and this is my thing. I'm not telling you not to use money and solve your problems or solve your issues or whatever, but be humble about it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
A lot. I really didn't believe in the Loch Ness Monster, but we're heading up to the airport and we're already late as it is. And now we have a flat tire. It has to be like some mythical supernatural powers, right, Vito? Yeah.
I forgot we're not in America. They probably just think I'm saying good job. Our savior is here.
What do you think about Nessie slashing our tires?
You're having a joke with me here.
I'm not.
Okay.
She swam by and slashed our tires. She did a swim by. Those fins are real sharp, you know? That's actually where we're going right now. We're going to Scotland.
You're going up to the lake?
We're going to go find her.
Yeah, nobody's seen that damn thing for like 500 years.
Shit, I'm not. I'm him. FBI, Federal Booby Inspector. We need to get past her. Part of the FBI.
Have you got your boarding pass?
No, I don't.
Okay, go to my colleague.
Excuse me, ma'am. Please don't talk to him. Federal Booby Inspector. Wait, what? Let's go to the conversion thing and try to convert this MOK bill. Yeah. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you guys take USD bills? I have some money on me.
It's not US.
Yes, it is.
It's not one we take.
That's Martin Luther King. I thought it was bigger than black and white. I thought in the UK, Black History Month was June.
No idea.
So when's Black History Month for y'all?
I don't know.
You don't know? Can you check the calendar real quick? Yeah. When's Black History Month in the UK?
October.
Oh, it's October. Gosh darn it. Missed it by 4 months. Okay, I'll see you in October. One thing about the people out here, they're gonna know like I'm just here as a traveler trying to find Nessie. They probably get like a lot of tourists and stuff, so I have to blend in. After doing my research and watching Brave, I got this. All right, boys, it's time to go out and get some answers. I feel like they're all keeping the secret so they can get more people over to our country. Yo, boys, the night's still young, man. Where you guys going? Actually, can you come here real quick? I got a couple questions.
It's Gideon. It's Gideon.
So how long have you guys...
5 mil on YouTube.
Okay, Social Blade. What do you guys know about the Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, it's real.
It's real?
Yeah, it's real.
Is it true that it's a hermaphrodite?
I don't know what that means.
So I snapped this pic over in Cerulean City.
Yeah, no, I see that.
You've seen this picture, right?
Actually, it looks a bit like, you know that one Pokemon?
What was Pokemon? I got this over in Cerulean City. Come on, bro, we're not playing video games, man. Excuse me, sir. What do you know about this monster?
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, I took this picture over in Cerulean City.
Where?
Cerulean City. See the horns on it?
Aye.
I feel like it's a water-type beast.
My father saw one, it looked like that.
Your father saw this?
Aye, he described it to me before.
Was there a little boy riding on top of it?
Pardon?
There was also sightings of a little boy on top of him. I think his name was Ash.
I don't understand what you're saying.
That the Loch Ness Monster comes out more in June because it supports the LGBTQ community.
There's more people about.
Because more people are coming out, so that's why it comes out to show its support.
No. There's more eyes.
You can't stay in the closet forever. Thank you for that information. We're gonna use it. Dana White, have you seen this in
Where you take that photo?
Cerulean City?
Yeah.
Why are you filming?
Documentary. About girls that ask questions. You're in the documentary because you ask questions. Professional raw dog. No hot dog buns.
Carry on, see my can.
Love you,
Okay, my man. Yes, sir.
Sweet home Alabama.
Raw dogger?
Professional raw dogger. What's up, y'all? I traveled very far. I need information. Let me know, is Nessie real? Is it he? I thought he went by they/them pronouns. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. Heisenberg. What? I need some advice. Is Nessie real?
Of course.
You've seen it with your own eyes.
know. I haven't seen God either.
I like that. I like that. I took this picture. It was so far away. I'm not gonna lie. I was high on Molly.
But this is real life.
This is real life. You know it's real life. I'm wearing a kilt. I can flash you if you want. You look like a wise man that's been out to sea.
Yeah.
Have you seen this creature?
Only when I went to the toilet.
You know what I just realized? I was the only black guy in there. Probably the only black guy in this whole city. What? A Negro? We're both bald-headed brothers. I got some questions. I'm trying to find Nessie.
It's in my treasures.
Why does everybody say that? Is that like the inside joke? Boys, we're here at the place. We gotta find the man, the myth, the legend, Steve. I didn't even realize, like, he was been doing this for 40 years. All I knew was that he was a monster hunter because I just looked up Loch Ness monster expert, and he was the guy that popped up the most. Like, imagine someone trying to find bitches for 40 years. You gotta just give it up, like, you know? Nessie don't want you, bro. Come on. Just accept it. Mr. Steve, wanna say what's up to the boys?
Hello, boys.
I wanna be careful. I hear Nessie likes little dogs.
That's not me.
Oh shit, Nessie on Nessie crime. I'm not gonna cap, there gotta be some shit in here, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, bro, look at, I didn't think it was this big. I thought it was like a little pond. I'm the king of the loch! Loch! You've been doing this for a long time now. How long?
31 years full time.
So since you've been doing this for 31 years full time now, you had to have seen it, right?
In the first year, I saw something.
Do you think maybe you blew it?
These animals must have been aware that I'd come here to try and solve something. Possibly the best place to see it, I would say, is anywhere I'm not.
That's how I feel with a lot of girls. Like, I feel like they know where I'm at, but then they decide to stay away from me.
Just take a wide berth.
You ever think to yourself, like, man, I spent 31 years of my life trying to find this thing, and it still hasn't happened yet? Or are you thinking of it more of like, it's been 31 years, and I haven't found it yet, but I'm gonna get it one day?
I'm not as good at trying to find it as I thought I was, but what keeps me going, because I'm known to be this lone nut in a van trying to solve this mystery, if anybody else sees something, they get sent to me, and so people tell me about all sorts of things. But sometimes it's something that I just can't explain. And that's what keeps me going.
Is there a beef in the Loch Ness Monster Hunting Club? Like, are you here and there's maybe like another guy that lives around, or are you the only person that's 24/7?
There's nobody else doing it full time. A couple of hundred people around the world that have a passion for this thing. Those people come not every year, every 2 or 3 years, one of them will come.
Word.
Oh look, there. Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, snap.
World champion at not being able to find the Loch Ness Monster.
The longest continuous visual sighting, the Loch Ness Monster, is 21 years and was achieved by Steve. Do you feel defeated?
No, not at all. At least it's not the Yeti. At least it's contained in this body of water. At least I'm not a Bigfoot hunter.
Actually, the Noke Boys, they spotted it 3 times.
Really?
Probably a 4th if they do another one video. Actually, when I announced that I was doing this episode looking for the Loch Ness Monster, one of my side pieces, Misty, over in Cerulean City, she actually seen this picture and she snapped it.
I'll show you what that is. Look, here we go. Disprove this photograph in an instant. That there is the same water.
Because Misty wouldn't lie to me, so like, how do we know that maybe that one's not fake?
That one
and
is,
this is
that
the
one
real
is
one.
fake. This is a fake photograph as well. It's a toy submarine with a plastic model on it.
So Misty lied to me.
I would say so.
I wouldn't talk to her again, but I'm not gonna lie, like, that coochie, it'd be water type, like it's amazing, so I can't leave. But so what you believing in this, do you think that it's a mythical creature or do you think it's a dinosaur? Because when I did my research, a lot of people think it's a dinosaur.
But a lot of people think it's a dinosaur because of that photograph.
You had to have some dreams about it, right?
Yeah.
With you being close to water, have you had any wet dreams about the Loch Ness Monster?
Not that I can remember, no.
No?
No.
Wasn't thinking about the thighs on her, the hips on her?
Not yet, no.
Make you daydream, man, what?
Daydream. Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Any misses?
Yeah.
So does she believe in the Loch Ness Monster with you?
Not entirely.
Oh, which one would you think is harder, the Loch Ness Monster or trying to find this?
I'm going to stick with this one.
Okay, now you just dissing. Okay. That was, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's, to me, this is achievable.
But this isn't.
You said it.
All right, that's the end of this interview. We're doing great. We're stealing Steve from you for the day.
Welcome to Scotland.
Thank you. Why don't you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that I don't believe. I'm willing to be persuaded.
All right, when he finds it, you can't switch up. Just bought 6 pounds of fish. Nessie can't resist this. She's a gold digger. She just want me for my pounds of fish. You're gonna be our captain today?
Robin?
What's up, Robin? Batman. We left Gotham. After talking to numerous residents in Scotland, gathering information, and learning about Nessie, it was finally time to make history. We noticed a huge castle out in the distance, so we set our path near there and set our camera under the water. Made you look. For some reason, our boat suddenly stalled. Probably the work of Nessie. Luckily, we were near the castle and were able to push the boat on shore and set our marks on the castle. Little did we know, there was a Nessie gatekeeper keeping us away from the castle, and we needed a ticket in order to go inside. You don't think there's any way you could sneak us in real quick?
I'm afraid not.
I could throw in some extra peas. We could pay our way. No. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. This was actually a prank. So I hired the scuba diver earlier to fly with us all the way to Scotland, had him have a stuffed animal, scuba dive underwater with a stick attached to it, to try to fool Steve into believing that he saw the Loch Ness Monster.
Somebody in the water, wasn't it?
Vito, what is that?
There's a good chance there's a cameraman, and that they've been waiting and waiting and waiting for us to get out of their shot.
You did they're looking for something? Can I see your camera? It is a scuba, man. Oh, something else. I wonder what they were looking for. And it didn't work. After thousands of miles, money, minutes invested into this mission, it was a failure to the naked eye. However, the journey and the people we met along the way were the real success. So yes, the Loch Ness Monster mystery might be unsolved, but after this journey, it won't be for much longer.
I don't even smoke weed, but I feel high when I'm next to you, babe. Used to be my girl, used to be my.
All right, guys, which video? Well, we're gonna pick a video to watch next. Hold on one second. Talk about Sneako's podcast, guys. You know, Sneako's my dude.
All right, we're live. But let me set up the chat and everything.
Apparently, he's getting criticism for mocking Muslim prayers.
Bro,
That's
we were
what
literally video calling on this, and you turned this video call live. I don't even know how to use Discord.
You got to learn, man. Don't be a boomer.
That's facts.
Don't little bro him like he wasn't stuck in the same
I'm
position.
not little broing
like,
him, big broing him.
a
The
month
boomer.
ago.
What's up, chat? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
What's some other Islamic greetings?
That's the main one, man. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Is it streaming on YouTube too?
Yeah, I only stream on YouTube. I will get banned on Twitch. The shit I'm talking about. You can't talk about God or anything on Twitch. You have to just gamble and be in a hot tub.
Or Jenga Towers.
Okay, chat. We are addressing everything today. We have the 3 Muslims. I've seen their channel before. They've said some positive things, some negative things, but I understand. I like their channel, to be honest. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So we are the three Muslims. I'm Rami. You guys can introduce yourselves, inshallah.
Yeah,
My name is Angel.
And yeah, we have the realest podcast in the dunya, the three Muslims. We also have the threemuslims.com. We just have real conversations, unscripted, unfiltered, just candid. And that's exactly what the video reacting to Sneeko was. And I think he can appreciate that, inshallah.
So, first I want to play the clip one more time. I addressed it a lot yesterday, but I'm getting a lot of threats. I'm being honest, yo. Religion of peace. The stuff I'm getting is very, very, very violent, and you know how it gets. A lot of, well, like, I'm gonna slit your throat. I'm gonna come and find you. I'm gonna come to attack you. They're even like racial slurs, but I get it. It's a lot of people. It's the internet. It's the nature of the internet. But I do think that the clips were taken out of context. But I will learn. I want to learn why that was disrespectful. I want to show people why that was disrespectful, because I did not know.
Yeah.
What are you about to say?
I think an important fact on both behalves, right? On both halves, in terms of the people sending you threats and you yourself, is that in Islam we separate the sin from the person.
Yeah.
So we can accept that obviously what you did is the sin that we dislike, and not the person, and that's what it is. As well as in Islam, you want to obviously say you're getting some crazy messages for the religion of peace. However, obviously we separate the person from the sin. It's that same thing. So it's good on both behalves, that type of thing. You know what I mean?
And you guys have seen the clip. I'm going to play it. I could share the screen, but it's really short. I'm just going to play it real quick for them, so they understand. Okay, I played the clip. Now I can stop playing it. I won't do that again. Basically, and it was taken out of context. That clip, I don't know if you've seen the original stream, but I was actually reacting to acts of haram. I was reacting towards people who are walking around with their dicks out, people at pride parades, Western women acting like hoes. And so in response, I was doing mocking the Muslim prayer sound. Can you explain to me why that's disrespectful?
All right, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First and foremost, when it comes to mocking anything, you're always going to have people that are angry that that thing is being mocked, especially when you have something like religion, because religion is not just something that people adhere to or like, it's something that they identify themselves with. So when you have a go in that, and I know that probably wasn't your intention, right, as you just clarified, but when you have a go at something that is so dear to them and make it kind of into a joke, especially when it's out of context, right, you're going to have that kind of heightened reaction. So in Islam, we have various verses in the Quran that talk about mockery, and that the people, in the past, they would actually mockingly say, tell God to bring this punishment that you're talking about. The prophets would come, warn them of a punishment, and they'd be like, okay, bring the punishment. Then Allah would. God would punish them. He would destroy them. And that's literally the end of them. Ad and Thamud and these people that are mentioned in the Quran, there's no sight of them anymore. There's no remnants of them anymore. And other people, whether it's hypocritical Muslims or angry, hateful disbelievers, they'll come and they will mock us in our religion. And the Quran says on the Day of Judgment, they will be mocked. The last thing I want to mention is there's a narration from the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him. And a brother actually reached out to me first and he wanted me to mention this hadith. And it's very beautiful. And I think it'll summarize how Muslims, act towards a religion. The Prophet, peace be upon him, he said that no one will truly have faith, no one will truly believe until they love me, until we love the Prophet more than ourselves, our parents, and our children. So when we have, any mockery of what the Prophet and Allah brought to us, we're going to get more angry than if you were to mock me. Like if you were to sit here and call me stupid and ugly, I wouldn't care. But as soon as you mention something about our beloved Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, this is someone who we would literally die for if we lived at his time.
This is the thing. I don't think Sneeko did it on purpose, but at the same time as well, too, you have to understand, even Andrew Tate has talked about this. He said that there are certain cultures, not even cultures, there are certain religions in which you can never disrespect. If you disrespect them, you might not make it out of that country alive. That are heavily based in that religion. Like Islam is one of those religions. Christianity is another one. you know. So you got to be careful, very, very careful. That's it.
The companions took arrows for him gladly, rocks to the face. They got beat up, they were stabbed, they were murdered. And they did it happily because they loved the Prophet and they loved the religion. They love Allah more than they love themselves and their families.
What was your reaction when you saw that montage?
Bro, I'm so happy you asked because I wanted to talk about this, bro. I was so mad. Honestly, emotionally, I looked at it and we didn't know each other. We didn't talk before the stream.
No.
But when I saw that, emotionally, I'm like, honestly, I was like, hell with this guy. Screw this guy, you know, he's being not just ignorant, but arrogant and, you know, making fun of our religion. Who does he think he is? That was my emotional reaction. Later on, when I calmed down, the logical side of me is like, you know, maybe he just doesn't know. You know, it's just everyone's a product of their surroundings. And, you know, you joke a lot, generally, I think. So then
I make fun of every religion. And before you continue, I don't mean to interrupt you, but the other day I had this guy, Nick Fuentes, on who speaks about Jews a lot, and I did the Hava Havina Gala. I was making fun of the Jewish prayer song too. I make fun of every race, every religion. I don't discriminate when it comes to jokes, but I understand. But yeah, just continue.
100%. And that's when the more logical side came out, and I'm like, he probably doesn't mean for it to be disrespectful. And I know that you on your stream yesterday mentioned that you understand why it's disrespectful, that you won't do it again. And for me, that's enough. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh no, you need to say you're sorry. You need to say the words. If that's what you mean and you adhere to that, bro, we're chill, we're cool as far as I'm concerned. But I was very pissed when I saw, especially dancing to the Quran, bro. My heart literally was enraged.
Can you explain to me why that's wrong? Because I thought that it's music and I wasn't trying to make fun of it. I was trying to poke fun at myself and like my ignorance to the religion, because I talk a lot about wanting to convert to Islam. Islam has always been like, I talk about this all the time. That's why I have Moose on the top right. I've always talked about how the religion that I identify with the most is Islam. I have Dave Chappelle is like, I have his autograph right here. He's Islamic. I have Malcolm X in my banner. I don't know if you claim him. He's part of the Nation of Islam. I know that there's some differences, but I'm trying to make fun of myself and my ignorance and not fully understanding it. But
just to correct you, Malcolm X was part of the Nation of Islam, but then he left and became a proper Muslim.
And that's when they got him.
Yeah.
What was your reaction, Fayed?
My reaction, bro, was you were mentioning something about how you were mocking, you know, people that are woke, the pride parades, feminists. I understand that. How that related to mocking the Muslim prayer, there was just a disconnect there. You know, maybe I didn't understand the link, but I mean, yeah, I would have the same reaction if anyone else mocked it. In one hand, I am enraged like Rami, but I also understand the state of ignorance that people are in. You know what I mean? I don't think you intended to mean disrespect. So at the end of the day, a lot of Muslims will have hate and will come at you sideways, and I'm sure you experienced that, bro. You DM me about that. But trust me, when it all comes down to reality, if someone repents, someone turns back to Allah, bro, who are we to, you know, put barriers in between them and Allah? We're no one, you know?
Angel, can you answer this for me? Islam is always called the religion of peace, but the messages I'm getting, it does not seem peaceful. Like, that's my honest reaction. The amount of people sending hate and wishing death and violence and saying, I'm going to choke you. Like, they're very descriptive. Like, there's going to be Muslims standing outside with baseball bats. You're very descriptive about the ways you're going to be violent. How can you still be a religion of peace?
It doesn't make it permissible just because people are doing it. You know what I mean? It's still sinful.
Yeah. It's at the end of the day, bro, like, Islam is known to be perfect, but Muslims are known to be imperfect. So, you know, as humans, bro, we're emotional. We act off emotions. We have egos. And, yeah, bro, most Muslims are very, very, I guess you could say they have that almost like protective quality. So when someone is talking...
I'll say this, though. It's normal. It's normal to be protective and protect the religion. I respect it 100%. Understand? It really just determines the mentality.
Talking bad about the religion, or they're mocking you, or they're doing something like that, they are very quick to stand their ground and say what they gotta say, which, you know, a lot of times it could be seen as a bad thing, but in reality, like, look at all the other religions. Like they don't stand for anything. So in essence, it's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing.
Yeah, I was when he first made the joke, I remember calling in the stream after, and I was telling him there's different moral tolerance between different people and different groups and all these things. So I would tell him like, look, with someone might be able to joke about someone else's mum, but to me, if you joke about my mum, I'm gonna spark you in the jaw, and that's just how it is. That's just my moral tolerance. You can't joke about my mum, and it's that simple. You know what I mean? So some people might be able to say, oh, it's calm, I'll just joke about his mum as well. But with me, that doesn't. I'm not gonna let that slide. If I don't know you and you're gonna make your mum joke, my moral tolerance is that I'm not gonna let that slide. And in Islam, there's a different moral tolerance in that community. So the moral tolerance is, we're not gonna let these jokes slide. Now, the moral tolerance in the Christian community might be different. The moral tolerance in the Jewish community might be different. But the moral tolerance in Islam is different to the rest of them in the sense that we're just not gonna let stuff slide.
Yeah, but I
To what
do
Musa
want
said,
to.
and yeah, you want to go?
Go on.
I was just gonna quickly say that I want to add to what Musa said, his point. And in Islam, if you sin, it's bad, obviously. But if you publicize your sins, it's another thing too. And it ties into what he was saying, because the more you publicize your sins, the more you're open to it, the more you basically create an image of not taking the commandments of Allah, of God, seriously.
Yeah. And I think it's important that we draw a line between the anger that people feel, which is good, which is right, which is justified. Islamically, we should love what Allah loves and hate or not love what Allah hates or does not love, right? That's a concept. It's called al-wala wal-bara. But what should be separated is the action itself. Just because I'm angry, on behalf of my religion and Muslims and the Prophet, peace be upon him, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, doesn't mean that I can go and, cut people up and threaten people's lives. And when did the Prophet, peace be upon him, just threaten people's lives? The only time the Muslims got violent is in a state of war, when there's one nation fighting another nation. And even then, they had rules of war. They wouldn't even disfigure the face of the dead. They wouldn't harm any innocents, anyone who's not combatant, and all these things. So who are you as a Muslim? Think about it. You're supposed to be an ambassador of Islam. You're supposed to, and this is actually the main reason I wanted to do this, because I know there are going to be people who make Islam look bad, Muslims who make Islam look bad by being violent and threatening and all these things that Islam actually does not allow. In Islam, we're actually supposed to obey the law of the land that we live in by virtue of living in that land. Out of respect, we obey that law. So imagine you, a Muslim, just preaching about how you're going to go against that law and murder someone or cut someone, threaten someone's life. This is not something that the Prophet, peace be upon him, would do. Rather, a lot of the time, he responded to ignorance and intolerance just with the simple facts. He would tell people what's up. He would remind people what's going to happen if they don't stop doing what they're doing. And when Islam became a state, there were certain punishments for things, but we don't have a state. So we do what the Prophet, peace be upon him, did. And that's just have these conversations. You see the brother's very accepting of the fact that we find it disrespectful, and he's respectful in saying that he's not going to do it again. What more do you want from a guy?
Don't you think that we should talk about how they took the clips out of context? Do you think in that situation the context is important?
I think context
It's
is
just the internet, social, that's just social media and for you, bro.
Yeah. I think context is always important, and no matter what you're talking about, whether it's something I say or something that's written in scripture. So it's always important. But them taking it out of context, like they said, it's just the internet. I think there are people, probably Muslims as well, that just genuinely don't like you and a lot of the things you preach. So they're going to do as much as they can to make
I have a very large Muslim audience. I think that's why I'm losing subscribers. I'm getting a lot of messages from these people. I don't know but I have a message that relates to a lot of Islamic people. What do you think that connection is?
I honestly don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think you do not like the left. And as Muslims, we don't agree fully with the left either. But it doesn't mean we're now far right.
Yeah.
By default. We don't fully agree with the right as well. We have our own beliefs, Yeah.
I think there's also a line with masculinity and Islam, because Islam is very, very clear on a man and what a man should be. And we look at the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as our role model.
Yep.
He had everything. He was courageous, he was brave, he was also kind when he needed to be, he was firm and harsh when he needed to be. And these are all beautiful traits that a man should have. So I think certain things that you preach, there's a certain, I'd say, demographic of young Muslim men that love hearing about masculinity. And these are the same young Muslim men that go and listen to Andrew Tate. I don't want to say despise, but really strongly dislike a lot of the things that Andrew Tate says.
Really?
And yeah, a lot of the things.
Like what?
It's more so to do with the way he portrays Islam. And I know this is a subtopic, so maybe we can get back to it later. But the way Islam is portrayed with, you know, having 4 wives, or, you know, how we treat our women. And maybe these are things he said in the past, but when Muslim men hear this, for some reason it gives them this, you know, this honor, and they go running for it. But we can talk about it later, but I don't think it's encapsulated in the right manner. I think some of the things you say as well, it falls in that category as well. But I think that's the connection, to answer your question.
So people like me and Tate talk too much about wanting to have 4 wives, and it's falsely representing Islam. On how I can tell you have an opinion about that. Can you say what you're thinking?
I mean, I think everyone kind of thinks like that in the beginning. You know, me, myself being a revert, I kind of came from that ideology of wanting to be with multiple women, you know, spinning plates and all that stuff way before I was Muslim. And then when I got into it.
This is my thing. I'm going to be honest. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be in a polygamous relationship. I didn't say polyamorous. I said polygamous, which means that one party is involved with dealing with multiple people. The problem is that a lot of dudes are not willing to be honest about what they truly want. The minute you know you can be honest, bro, every other thing is going to work itself out. No kids here. You know what I'm saying? We just got to be honest. The woman, if she sees your value and you're willing to marry all of them, bro, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you know you're not, then don't do it. Straight up.
Converted to Islam.
Yeah. I'm not a Muslim.
Another important topic. If you are going to marry all of them, make sure you equally provide for all of them too.
From my birth, bro. I was Catholic. I was Catholic by birth, bro.
Oh, me
and then I became atheist. I became atheist for a long time. But anyways, you know, back to the point. It's when I got into Islam, I was like, oh damn, like, you know, 4 wives on. So that's all I could think about. But when you really start to understand like everything behind it, it's not really how it's being portrayed, bro. Like you have the ability to have 4 wives, yes, but God says very clearly, like, if you can't be just and you can't provide and give everything to all of them equally, then just have one. And if you can't even do that to one, then don't even have one at all.
You're not ready. Facts.
So get money and then you could have 4 wives.
Yeah.
It's more than money, bro.
Way more than money, bro.
What else?
Way more than money, bro.
It's financial.
Being a man, being able to provide for a woman emotionally, everything that takes to be a good husband. So yeah, being able to provide. Most of that is money. I think everything comes hand in hand with that.
And it's also it could be seen as like self-improvement, but it's really not self-improvement. It's more so like Muslims know this, because when you're practicing, it's more like they call it you're on deen, you know, and when you're on deen, you're constantly trying to get closer to the Creator. You're constantly trying to better yourself, constantly trying to purify your intentions and just be a better person overall, you know. And at that point, like, that's the biggest thing that you can do for a woman, you know, when you have a wife, or let's say if a man decides to have multiple wives, like, this man has to be putting in work. Just think about how much time and energy it takes
just to deal with one
run a
woman.
business, right? Or let's say run multiple businesses if you're an entrepreneur or something like that. Now let's say you got a wife in the mix.
Exactly.
But I know you understand how much time and energy a woman takes. Now imagine a second one, a third one, a fourth one,
a fifth one.
Somewhere along the line.
That's another business right there. That's like 2 businesses.
Yes, bro. And then imagine now you got kids. And
Exactly.
imagine you have 3 kids.
With every
Can you have kids
woman.
with every single wife?
Yes.
Yes.
But now imagine that. Like, imagine you have 3 kids with each wife, and you have multiple businesses, and you have these relationships, and you have to focus on yourself as well, and you have to keep bettering yourself. And it's just, there's so much to juggle that it's like, again, God says very clearly, like, if you can't do this, then just be with one. And if you can't even do it with one, then just be by yourself.
What did you think about Charlie Hebdo? I don't know if you remember, for context for the chat. Charlie Hebdo was a French magazine, a satirical cartoon magazine, and they were very intentionally disrespecting Muhammad and disrespecting Islam and trying to provoke a reaction, and they ended up all getting shot up. What did you think about that? Do you think that was just?
I mean, if you, this is saying, bro, like, if you go looking for something, you end up finding it, right?
So yes,
Yeah.
they deserve
Nah,
it.
I don't think it was justified. But at the same time, you play a stupid game, you win stupid prizes, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Obviously, it's not justified. I don't ever think shooting up an entire building full of people is. There's not a lot that can justify that. But you know what I mean? He played a stupid game. It is what it is. It's very clearly like there's a very clear reason as to why we don't draw the faces of prophets. You know what I mean? And he knew it. He knew that. Still went against it. It was an inappropriate comic as well.
Yeah.
There are people that are willing to do that type of thing. You know.
Fade and Rami,
Yeah,
do, you
bro,
do you think that was just Charlie? What happened to Charlie Hebdo?
Speaking like Islamically, strictly, the Quran and the Sunnah, the way of the Prophet, peace be upon him, no, it was not justified at all. Especially because we don't live in a land under Islamic law, right? Because where was he? Was he in France?
Yeah, it was in France.
You can't just go murdering people willy-nilly in France. It's against the law of the land you live in, so Islamically it's not justified.
So you have to follow the law of the land in Islam.
Yes, you do. And if it goes against your religion, actually, there's a very beautiful verse, because I feel like I know what you're going to ask. There's a very beautiful verse where Allah says, basically on the day of judgment, Allah will ask the people that didn't leave their, lands with all this, what we call fitna, tests and trials and things that didn't allow them to practice religion. Allah says, was my earth not spacious enough for you to migrate? So if you live in a place where they don't let you practice your religion, you have to
go somewhere else.
Facts.
Faye, do you have any? What do you think? Do you think what happened to Charlie Hebdo was justified?
Nope. But there's always going to be more Charlie Hebdos, bro.
And how should Muslims react to that type of disrespect?
With emotional intelligence, understanding that these people are ill-informed. Let's be honest, we grew up in the West. I grew up in Canada. Rami grew up in Canada. Angel's American. What we knew about Islam growing up with or without being born into the religion is what we see in the media, in the news. So yeah, can you have contempt for these comic artists and all that? Yeah, but you got to understand where they're coming from. They're brainwashed too. They're programmed too. And at the end of the day, we represent Islam. Khabib said this quote. He said that non-Muslims don't read the Quran. They don't read the Hadith. They don't do any of this, but they go based on you. They go based on what you do as a Muslim. We're ambassadors, right? So at the end of the day, was it justified? No.
Okay. And also, I don't know a lot about the Quran, but I have heard people say that the Quran says that you're supposed to be critical thinkers. And all the people sending me threats clearly aren't thinking critically because they just saw the clip and got outraged. Yeah. Do you think that they are not following the Quran by getting outraged at a single clip and attacking me instead of attacking the greater message? Am I really the right person to go after?
In their opinion, possibly, because like I said, at the end of the day, they might have felt triggered.
I don't think there is a right person to go after. I think there's only a right message to convey. And conveying that message in the way you do it is very important. If you look at, for example, Moses, who, by the way, in Arabic is Musa, alayhi salam, so I think that's very beautiful. But Musa, peace be upon him, Allah tells him to go to the most vile person on the face of the earth, Pharaoh, right? He was vile. He was killing baby boys. He was a disgusting person. He enslaved thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. Allah says, go to him and speak kindly. And to the very end, he was. He never lost his temper and went crazy and did all these things. And another story I want to give quickly is there's a narration with the best friend of the Prophet, Abu Bakr. They were sitting together and a bunch of Islam haters came and they started cussing out Abu Bakr. Again, the best friend of the Prophet. Both of them stayed silent. They didn't say anything. And the same people, they turned to the Prophet and started cussing him out. And that's when Abu Bakr lost his mind and started yelling at them and cussing them out as well. And that's when the Prophet Muhammad just walked away, peace be upon him. And when Abu Bakr, later returned to the Prophet, he said that, when you were sitting there and you were holding your tongue and you weren't losing your mind, basically, the angels came and they gathered around us. But when you lost your mind, they all left. And he said, I don't go to places where there aren't any angels. So that's why I left as well. So that's how Muslims should be. If it comes to a point where they need to hold their tongue and be quiet and not say anything, not lose their mind because they're too angry, they should do that. But when it comes to a point where you need to firmly and honorably speak the truth and say that we as Muslims will not tolerate this, then you have to take that action as well. And
what is that action? Is that action violence?
No. No, it's not. The only time a Muslim will be violent in the West, as far as I know, is if they're getting attacked.
Okay.
That's the only time violence is okay. It's permissible. In this case, it's this discussion right here. You reach out, you talk to them, you make a video response, you speak with honor, and at the end of the day, it's all you can do. And people will see the truth. People will see this guy's losing his mind, making drawings and being petty. This guy's being honorable. He's holding his frame, and he's just speaking calmly, kindly, and firmly about his beliefs. And at the end of the day, people will decide based off that.
Okay, is jihad, is that a significant part of the Quran?
Yeah, jihad is actually, all it means is struggle. People think it means holy war or something crazy. It's not.
The definition on Google says, I want to quickly read it for the people in the chat. It says, jihad is sometimes referred to as the sixth pillar of Islam. Throughout history, sacred scripture has been used and abused, interpreted and misinterpreted to justify resistance and liberation struggles, extremism and terrorism, holy and unholy wars. A lot of people in the chat right now, I think a lot of the Christians and people who don't fully agree with Islam are bringing up jihad and saying that it's hypocritical that Islam preaches that it's a religion of peace, but also has ideas of jihad. What do you think about that?
With that kind of narrative, I see where the West will come from, but again, it's just a narrative that lacks context. So to explain it more, jihad linguistically just means a struggle. You know, we have a prayer at like 4 or 5 in the morning, so waking up for that is a struggle. That's considered jihad. You know, holding your tongue when, you know, your family member is yelling at you, that's also jihad. That's also a struggle. Wars, fighting to defend your property, your land, you know, your rights, whatever it might be, that's also jihad. But what people do is they hold on to that definition, that example of jihad, and they make it the only one there is. And I want to prove to these people that Islam actually is a religion of peace with 1 or 2 verses from the Quran. It's in chapter 8. I can find the verse later. But it says a verse about killing the non-believers. And then it says, but if they incline towards peace, then also incline towards peace.
Wait, so there's a chapter in the Quran about killing non-believers?
There's one verse in chapter 8. It says, it tells, well, to give you context, this is to the Prophet and the Muslims at the time in a very specific situation where they were in a state of war already. And since they were not violent up until this point, God gave them permission to go and fight in the war. So he said, go kill the disbelievers, but if they incline, he doesn't say if they surrender. He says, if they incline towards peace, then also incline towards peace. Showing that Muslims want to be in a state of peace. But if you're coming against us, if you're attacking us, we will defend ourselves.
Okay. Angel and Fayed, someone donated, JP said, ask about Quran 929, fight against Christians and Jews until they pay the tribute readily being brought low. What does that mean?
Rami, tell me as it is.
It means what?
So the jizya is a tax that non-Muslims who live under Islamic rule have to pay. When the Muslims came into power, the Jews and the Christians, they didn't want to pay their tax, basically. So Allah commanded the Muslims to fight against them until they just pay this jizya. And by the way, as Muslims, we pay 2.5% of our savings, not income tax, but our savings towards charity. The non-believers, non-Muslims, they actually pay less than that. And they were feisty over even paying that towards the Muslim in the state that they're living under. So that's all it's saying. Basically, enforce your laws.
And in return for them paying jizya, we protect them since they live under Muslim law and Muslim power. We defend them. We protect their women, their children, and all that. It's not that they just pay that to like some high state power.
Yeah, they don't have to fight our wars for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Who do you think did 9/11?
That's the inside job, bro.
It was an inside job. I agree too. And I'm having a debate about it tomorrow, and which is really a little bit annoying that I'm getting so many Islamic people sending me threats and everything. It's like I've been on your side about so many things. I think that the American government was lying about it in Minecraft. I'm trying to talk about a lot of the stuff that you guys, all of you agree that it was an inside job. It wasn't actually Al Qaeda in Minecraft.
Yeah, controlled demolition.
In Minecraft?
Yep.
Yeah, in Minecraft.
Oh, you agree? Even Fan, you agree with that too?
Only in Minecraft, yeah.
Yep.
What kind of oppression did you face post 9/11? I'm not sure how old all of you are, but you probably noticed a shift in the attitude towards Muslim people during the terrorist attacks and everything. Did you get looked at?
Yeah, they're gonna start to. It's so sad. I'm telling you, like stuff like that. It makes it so sad.
Differently? Did it happen in Canada too?
Yeah, 100%.
What type of attitude did you face from non-Muslims?
Man, just bullying in school, bro. Bullying
I've
in
only
school.
ever experienced it. I was born in 02, so the year after. So I've only ever experienced. I haven't seen whatever happened before. I remember kids were like taking their t-shirts off and putting it around their heads, just like screaming, "Oh, we're better around," going around all the schools, just like screaming it, pretending, and then stuff like that. They were coming up with some silly arguments like, "My granddad died to a Muslim," no, and then stuff like that. But you know what I mean? I guess you're gonna hear that shit, so I guess I'm kind of thankful I heard it from.
You're gonna hear it because people will try to find a way to always undermine you through bullying and so many other different tactics, especially when it comes to indoctrination of what society has to offer human beings. For what I'm saying, I appreciate y'all for tuning into the live stream. This is gonna be the end of this live stream video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this video with your friends, subscribe to the channel. WokeEbucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below with several social media links. So make sure you give those a check. Without further ado, this is the end of this live stream. This is WokeEbucks, and I'm out, man.